Hey guys, welcome back. It's grimreaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're looking after yourself and having a positive start to the week wherever you are. We're back on my account today. We've got another faction war video for you today, and it's going to be Silver Watchers 21. Today's video, there is no nice, Abias, or now, so there is no mythicals inside the team. There is a couple of legendaries, of course, but some of them were attainable throughout the years of Raidshadowlegends. So I'm feeling really happy with this team because I feel like it was quite a hard faction, and I think I was kind of right about LEMINISI for sure. So before we get into today's video, I did a video on LEMINISI about Classic Arena, kind of warning everyone as a 5-star nuker. As a nuker with a 5-star blessing, she might have some potential on some accounts, etc. You guys can go check that out at your own will. But I was right about Faction Wars with this ability here. Now, she'll attack one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 100% chance of removing 2 random debuffs from the target. Will also add 50% of the target's resist if the target is under the bar. This deals more damage equivalent to the target current meter, stacks up to 100%. Now this ability here was really strong against the boss because it was taking off the reflection as well, which was pretty useful, and she was hitting extremely hard with the A2 against the boss, like 250k damage per hit, which was really good. And this is a very I wouldn't say extremely hard hitting ability, but it is fairly good hitter, as decent multipliers. So we'll go into a team, we'll do a full breakdown. It's a really hard one to kind of pull off, but it was definitely achievable, and I think I can do this a bit faster, as I did generally make a mistake on my builds as well, which we'll talk about towards the end of the video, which you guys can obviously do. So if you're going to try and book her out and use her for the faction wars, I will be honest, I feel like you only need this ability booked, and then everything else can be unbooked, or we'll just try and get the cooldowns and the damage increase. So let me go get a team, we'll do the run, we'll break down a run, and then I'll play the music. You guys can watch the run, and then we'll talk about the gear. Timestamps down below as well if you want to skip. Alright then, so this is the team. We obviously have Eva in the lead for the speed aura, and also she's in here for the block boss and revive. Then we have the lady Sorefa, I think, something like that. I'm dyslexic, so my reading's not too good. But basically, she's in here for like the cleanse, the heals, and the reset as well. Continuous heal is great as well. She's really solid. Empress as well. She has cooldowns as well, lady. And Empress also has cooldowns as well, which is really good. He also has shields, and he has a taunt, which helps control the waves. And he also has the unkillable buff, which is going to be super important. Then we have obviously we have LEMINISI in here for the damage to help with the waves, and also Diffees as well, the defense down. He's also, his A1's quite very useful against the boss. So let's go against this, and we'll point out some key factors. So you can see there we've got 9-piece protection to increase our damage as well on damage dealers. We'll play the unkillable straight away to protect me against Narcies. We need to be dealing with Queen and Cora first, but I'm putting some extra damage into Narcies because I know that I'm going to one-shot Queen and Cora with LEMINISI. It's really important that she has a full turn meter so we get that damage increase. He's going to do his lockout, which is fine. That's why it's important to have that taunt ability. He's going to do his shenanigans, but everyone is pretty much under unkillable other than Diffees, which is fine. That's why we need the 9-piece protection as well, because we need to make sure that we keep that strip against us as well. That's why you can see a lot of lightning cage as well, just to help out with the RNG. And you can see here that Narcies is nearly dead. We don't really have any crazy RNG here. The brimstone kind of helps a little bit as well. He's going to do his shenanigans. That's why we put block buffs and not with the revive. And then it's just about getting our cooldowns ready for the next wave. I'm ready to basically go as well. So Diffees comes back up, which is pretty cool. And then we'll deal with the Commodus. I can't remember if to do the A2 or A1. So you can see there, not much turn meter, right? So we lose a lot of damage. So the damage is working as a good way to increase the damage. You didn't, if don't know if you've seen a heal there, but the heal was quite big uh Lady as well, right, on the Darfies. Then we have Hegemon here, so we need high resistance for Alva, so she can do the AoE cleanse and put up block buffs. Something went wrong with the speed tier, it might be masteries or something like that, but it's not too threatening. And basically, we're trying to keep ourselves under Inkillable as much as we want. There's a couple of champions that can remove debuffs in this, so we need to kind of hurry up and kill them as quick as possible. I prioritize her because she can remove debuffs. So I prioritize her, and then the one up in the corner by Hegemon as well, we are also prioritizing. So he gets a lot of extra turns here, which goes in my way for sure. And then we just leave the champion Unity, and then we're working on cooldowns again overall, which is pretty nice. As well as trying to stop this guy one-shotting me, because he can one-shot as well. And ideally, we are keeping as much as possible going. So he has his shenanigans here. We saved the block boss for the A1, and we're just going to try and work on this guy as much as we can. He has damage reduction as well against ignore defense, which is absolutely insane. But we do get him down overall, which is pretty nice. And then we start off with the defense down, and that's about it. He will do his shenanigans. He's obviously in here for damage, but the defense down, that also really helps. We do start off really kind of hazy against the boss, to be honest. Like, we're out of sync a little bit. But we just basically got to try and keep that Inkillable up. It's also first time me running this as well. I forgot that she had a buff remover on the A2, so I guess you could actually just do the A2 instead of A3. And I actually forgot to put the accuracy banner on LEMINISI as well, which would have helped me put up block buffs, etc. So LEMINISI puts up the block buffs. You want him to put a block buffs before he takes his turn, so you can avoid him putting up the reflection. And then obviously you've got too many like strip champions on the nukers or strip abilities that can help you against the boss, which is really, really good. And then we just want to keep either keep putting up the cleanse really and revive when we need it to. So yeah, and obviously as well, LEMINISI is only a 75% chance to put up down the block debuff, so it does help to have it booked. But I think with the A1 from Darfies and A2, potentially you don't even need a booked. You can try it for sure. I will try to get this faction on auto now that I've freed started it, because it was a quite comfortable run. It was just a bit slow, but you know, it is what it is. And then we will, throughout the fight, as it gets a bit longer, we start keeping on Inkillable a bit more, which is great because we do have reflex and impulse on Lady and Emrys, and Emrys has impulse as well, but Lady only has reflex, so that's something. I guess extra turn relic could be really useful as well on two of them to give you like extra turn to cycle through the abilities more. If you got a spare copy, I don't actually have any, and also we're using like high resist relics to kind of help out. So that was one thing. So yeah, she removes one debuff there, which is pretty nice. You can see the damage as well from her is really, really juicy for the A2. As more turn meter has, the bigger her damage will be, which is great. We do start keeping everyone alive now, so Lady's A1 is a massive heal, single target heal. She will basically heal anyone up to full health, which is great. And yeah, there's definitely other things you can do as well. He's just absolutely mental, Darfies. I think potentially you could try double Darfies potentially, if you wanted to. Maybe I'll try that next week, see what's what with that. I mainly went LEMINISI because of the 5-star, and the brimstone is really useful. So you can see there 230, 230. If she landed brimstone, then you can see here I'm checking if I took the brimstone off her or not. So I knew I was kind of missing gear, but I was already so close to beating this. I didn't want to reset it and go again. which is a bit unfortunate because you would have seen the brimstone and it being a bit faster. But the good news is I feel like we can get this on auto next week by we're changing some presets as well, which will be pretty juicy. That's pretty cool. She will do her stuff, and obviously you just keep resetting and going again. I think the resets is just super important. So we do the reset there, and obviously you just keep doing shenanigans, trying to get the unkillable as much as possible. The boss can't ignore unkillable, which is super nice. And yeah, I guess if you can get the block boss when you can LEMINISI, then he can't also do his reflection, which would make the run very comfortable. The only thing I'm kind of missing is the increased attack rate, which would be really useful. But the brimstone would be great as well. You can't cleanse the brimstone at 5-star because it's unresistible at 65% chance. And you'll see here we pretty much get this down. There isn't much to it. We do it within 200 turns very comfortably. I do get a juicy 6-star glyph as well. And there isn't much to it really. Just trying to stay unkillable as much as possible. So you see there, unkillable is ready to go. Obviously, we're prioritizing unkillable over the reset as well, which is going to be super key, especially when the boss takes his turns. And there's not much really that the boss can really do. There's a lot of high resistance in his team as well. I think there's a couple of substitute champions you could definitely do as well. But like the 2 reset champions, they're being a carry for me throughout this, because Alva I've only just required over the past couple of weeks. You can see there, because there's barely any turn meter, damage dropped significantly on LEMINISI. So both of the reset champions honestly have carried me all the way to 21. I haven't got all the stars yet, but we can work on the extra stars now that live arena is finished, depending on how busy I am on takeovers, etc. So we do bring home the 3 stars. This will be on farm as well, which is great. And then we get a 6-star epic glyph, which is pretty fancy. think we actually have a full summon now of legendary. We do, which I'm not going to summon today. I will save for the future. So let's have a look at all of the gear then. Let's have a look at the gear. So recently used. Let's have a look at LEMINISI first. So LEMINISI was missing her accuracy banner today, which is one of them ones, but you know, hey ho. So we want really good accuracy. Let me move my forehead. So first of all, we have the speed lead. Speed lead adds me additional speed. If you're not using a speed lead, I feel like you do need to be 300 plus. That's just where it is. So with accuracy, we want accuracy to be 425, sorry, 475 minimum. Now with the blessing, etc., it's not too bad. I feel like my merciless accessories are not too good in this faction. There is a bit of a relic on her, which I didn't even know she had a relic on her. But you can see here we have critical damage of 332 as well. Fairly good speed at 277 and then 7,000 attack. It's a 6-piece merciless. I don't feel like a 9-piece merciless would be needed, but it could be great if you don't have unkillable. If you have unkillable, you don't want to. So we have necrosis, which I guess does help against the waves overall, which is going to be great as well. I guess I just had this sitting around for extra attack. And then for me, Brimstone is going to be what she is. I'm bringing in LEMINISI against the boss, and that is what I wanted to worry about, is the boss. Now, if you can bring a 6-star blessing somewhere else or 5-star blessing somewhere else for Brimstone, then go for it. But I did want to try and push accuracy and resistance on the rest of the champions as well, which I'll show you shortly. And then for the masteries, this is what we went with overall. Again, these are arena masteries. Actually, I should have reset these because these are not the best masteries overall. So let's reset these masteries now. So because I've still got to run this team even after what's what. Let's go like this for the support side, and then we'll come in with damage. So shield breaker doesn't really do much. So inflicted when we've got 4 HP. We have got a lot of heals in the team. Increase the speed, which is definitely not a bad idea. Increases the damage inflicted to targets with 40% less, 40% HP. That could be useful as well. I do want Ruthless Ambush, so we'll take the additional speed, and so I'll just re-speed tune it. Then we'll take Cycle of Violence with so we can't put stuns or anything on the boss, but again we're going to use it for the boss, and then we'll take these two overall, and I think that's the best way to go for her for faction wars, where we'll talk about that. And then we have Emmerich Trunkart. Again, if you don't have impulse, fair enough, but we're using impulse and reflex. You could try reflex and merciless, or you could try reflex, impulse, and refresh, or 3 pieces of impulse. Either way would really work for you, which is pretty nice. Here we are mainly focusing on good speed, reasonable survivability, but high resistance. You do need 535. You need more resistance if you want to resist a Commodus, which I don't know how much resistance we need overall for that. Molten Death Bow, I think is on in for other content. I can't remember what we put that on for, but that shouldn't really be there. It doesn't really matter. These are the masteries that we're running. Again, these masteries are really, really old. These were basically Phantom Shogun masteries. You just take the heal inside, etc. But I don't want to pay the 150 gems. So a faction I've already beat. So it's one of the ones. Then we have 9-piece protection on Alva. These are her stuff. So we have 315 speed, reasonable defense and HP, and then 525 resistance. Coming in overall, I have a 2-star blessing. I've took Lightning Cage to counter all the strip champions on the waves. And then we have the Infernal just coming in at normal level. Lightning Cage there. And then we have this as well. If you have like a 5-star, you could try build some accuracy as well, but I think it would make you very, very squishy. And then these are the masteries. They're not completely finished yet, but I'm not really going to be pushing for the last one. as I don't use it elsewhere. And then Lady actually has no masteries, which is pretty nice. Saves some ka-ching on energy there. We have got a relic as well to increase our resistance, to help with the resistance requirements. Then we have good HP and defense, reasonable speed at 300, and then 300, sorry, 500 and 35. No accuracy needed as well. Again, if you can go impulse as well, you can. I haven't got the gear to do it. I guess if I did the masteries, I can definitely get impulse set there as well. And then we have the Difey. So Difey is in a 4-piece, one piece Savage set, 1-piece Refresh, and you can see some Merciless as well. If you can get him in Merciless as well, he used to have the Merciless, but I put on Leminisi. So you can see here, decent attack, decent critical damage, and you can see also reasonable accuracy as well. I think he does need a bit more if I'm not mistaken. No, because he has increased accuracy as well, so that's really, really good. And these are the stats that we're running. So you can see here overall really, really powerful gear. It has necrosis as well, which are not upgraded or anything like that, which is sitting around. And then Crushing Ram isn't a good one to go, to be honest. Again, just a tight ass on gems to spend. And whatever resources I can save on faction wars, I will. Cruelty is definitely the way to go, unless you get 6-star, and then Crucial Realm would be the way to go. And then these are the masteries as well. It doesn't really matter about me spending gems now to make everything perfect, and try and be poshy and flashy for the video. To be honest, like I've saved resources, saved energy on masteries, I saved some bits and bobs. We use a couple of low tier relics, which are pretty cheap to remove if I need to remove them. I've already 2-starred and 1-starred this boss plenty of times without needing relics. So all the flashy relics, and these relics I'm not actually using. Like these relics here were just sitting around, right? I wasn't using them, so I kind of just threw them on. Yeah, you can just use the Malefic Tang if you want for extra critical damage, but again, nothing really needed. Potentially as well, this could be a good one as well to give you like a 10% chance to remove the reflection off. Potentially. It's up to you guys overall. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. There we are. Silver Watchers 121 done. Of missing a few stars now in the rest of his faction, but the boss is done and it's on farm, which is great news for me. As usual, guys, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Peace.